Reality recap.
And hi, everyone. Yes, I know you have the reunion. Yes, we have 2 more episodes. And then we have the reunion, of course.
I look like the slay. I look like a mom. She was like, you the one that look like you got a high body count hair. I fell the fuck out, y'all.
Candace, has Deborah reached out to you to apologize after the episode aired showing Chris did not flirt with her?
She wouldn't dare. She would get eaten for breakfast.
Oh boy.
No, she's doubling down.
Why would you go meet with Ray J without talking to Princess or letting her know why? Like, she's trying to justify that she told her after the fact and not supposed to make it.
What do you think of your ex-husband Jim coming out and saying you did not try to stop him from suing Shannon and Tamara?
That's a good question. Well, I mean, if his memory is a little foggy about what transpired back then, that's okay. However, he did admit that I had nothing to do with the...
Reality recap. Reality recap.
What's up, y'all? Happy Monday. I am back again. It is your girl V with Reality Recap for another live Tea Talk session. And now we are covering Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, last Tuesday's episode. We are streaming live right now across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The chat is live. You can give me your thoughts on the episode as I give you my unsolicited thoughts. If you can't watch this live in its entirety, no worries. Make sure you click the link in my bio if you're watching from Facebook or Facebook or Instagram, or if you're already on YouTube. Make sure you like this video, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my recaps, live or pre-recorded. They are all there for you to take a look at and put your comments. And again, like, and subscribe. So I did a Tea Talk session earlier today on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Thank you to everyone who stopped by and chatted with me during that time. And now we are covering Beverly Hills, last week's episode. The 2-4 episode is what we're covering before we get a new episode tomorrow. I'll be doing a reunion Tea Talk tomorrow on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and on Roni, and those two conclusions. I'll do a combined recap on those reunions tomorrow, as well as I'll be back around the same time tomorrow for tonight's episode of Love and Hip Hop Miami, which is coming on tonight. A sneak peek is on my page right now, so go take a look at it. And we're going to get into Beverly Hills' latest episode. At the beginning of the episode, they did a flashback of Dorit and PK, and it was gut-wrenching, guys. Just seeing, and we've seen it before on this show. It's nothing new when they go through a divorce. Just flashbacks of parties and speeches and how in love they were, and then just a fast forward to some of the uncomfortable conversations they had after Dorit she was home during the break-in, and how he wasn't too supportive. He was leaving all the time. They was trying to do the therapy, and he really wasn't into it. So just watching that whole thing and just watching how their marriage once was to where it has gotten was sad. But that's how we started off the episode, with that little flashback. Kathy makes some calls out. Miss Kathy Hilton, she makes some calls out to invite some of the ladies over for dinner. She's having Bose over, Dorit and Erica. She calls Bose. And I was gagging in that scene when Kathy was inviting Bose, and she says to Bose, "Are those puka shells or pearls that you're wearing?" She said, "No, honey, these are diamonds." She said, "Ooh." And I just said, let me look up puka shells, because was she trying to insult my Bose? I don't think she was trying to be insulting. But I looked up puka shells, and I mean, they do vary in price, but I see some going from $12 all the way up to maybe $180. But no, ma'am, Miss Bose had on diamonds, honey. No puka shells over here. I know pearls can be expensive. I just I clocked that comment and side-eye Kathy a little bit. Like, don't play with Bose like that. She's one of my new faves, but she clocked her right back and said, "Yeah, nah, these are diamonds. But I will take your dinner invite, though." Sutton, on the other hand, while Kathy's inviting some of the girls for dinner, Sutton, on the other hand, she invited Garcelle and Kyle to go to Augusta, Georgia, her hometown. And she talks about her relationship with her mom, how she, never feel like she has her mom's approval, that she doesn't ever congratulate her or seems proud of anything that she does. And it seems like her mom still has a fascination or has a great relationship with Sutton's ex-husband, which she thinks that most of the time it seems like she felt like her mom likes her ex-husband more than she likes her. So, hey, Lily, happy Monday. Thank you for checking in on, I was about to say Facebook, on YouTube. We're talking about last Tuesday's episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So we're getting into that. And yeah, we're just talking about Sutton inviting Garcelle and Kyle to Augusta, and they talk about their relationship. She talks about her relationship with her mom and how just not feeling good enough. And then we see Bose sits down with Dorit, and Bo's always a concerned friend, a listening ear for the talkative Dorit. I think that's why their relationship works so well. But she asks, how things are going, and Dorit shares with Bose that she texts PK to let him know about how, she told them in the previous episode how her son and her were walking a dog, and he asked, are you guys getting divorced? Did you put something on Instagram? And she was texting PK to let him know what had happened. And she said PK did not respond at all. So the next day or so, she responded back saying, like, really, PK, you can't even respond to me. And he said to her, I'm at a friend's wedding. Have a good day. So he's not texting back. I will say I told you guys I was a little concerned. Like, it seemed like during this process on so far on this show, like PK was divorcing not only Dorit, but the kids. If he's not responding, if he's not being communicative, doesn't seem like he's coming over to spend any time with the kids. I will say when I look at his Instagram, first of all, he's lost a whole lot of weight. I guess that's his single PK vibe. Along with not drinking and staying sober. But it does seem like he has a great relationship with the kids. So I was happy to see that. Hi, Toria. Thank you for checking in on Facebook. And Lily said, Reba isn't a nice person. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, we're going to get into it. But definitely, she calling her grandkids weird, but she's the one that's giving the weird vibe. So we're definitely going to get into the visit of what we saw so far with Dorit visiting, not Dorit, sorry, with Sutton visiting her mom in Augusta. We also see Bose goes on a date again. I forget this guy's name because I just don't know why is it me? I'm always so protective of these housewives, right? And when they date someone, or I'm always like, guilty until proven innocent, all in kind of a way. Like, do they have the right motive? Are they a good fit? I'm like, I feel like the overprotective mom. I felt like that with Kay and the guy, her, Kay and Greg. I didn't, I was side eyeing him. I just always feel like you got to get to know the men that they're dating and if they're a good fit. But Bose went on a date. Jury's still out on this guy on whether he just wants to be on TV or what, but he seems committed to her. They had some conversation about fertility. She's getting up in age, she said, and she wants to have another child, and wants to have it with him. They were slightly off when it came to the timelines, but she's saying that she's willing to work with it and stick with it. He did the romantic beach date thing with her a few episodes back. So we'll see. I don't know. He just gives me a little bit of a cornballish vibe. I don't know if he has the right for Bose yet, but we'll see. I'm side-eyeing him. Jury's still out. Tori said, did you see PK interview? He clapped back at Garcelle. No, I didn't. Is this the interview he did on the podcast with Bravo? Is that the one you're talking about? I did not watch it. I saw some clips of things he had to say about Dorit, but I didn't see what he said about Garcelle. What did he say? And Lily said, I was going to say King, but that's Quad's man's name. Yeah, and that's a telling sign that I don't know his name yet because I don't know how I like him. And Tori says something about him isn't right. So I'm not alone in feeling that way. I don't know if he's a good fit for her. I just don't know. And yeah, in one episode, he's talking about he wants, marriage and he's doing the whole beach thing and he's all in. And then when they get to talking about the fertility, which that was something he brought up before, he kind of was backing out of it. So I don't know. We'll see how things unfold. They are still dating. I can tell you that much. They were on vacation with each other recently on her page, and she was hanging off the side of a waterfall. And I was saying, Booze, please get your ass up before you be done slid down there. She gave me anxiety through the phone. But they were on vacation recently. So, it seems like they're still growing strong. But I want to see if I can show y'all a picture. But even in that picture, like, I don't know if he just matches her fly. I don't know. See if I can find it real quick. Because I don't know if that was a real or what, but she was on vacation with him recently. And here it is. They was on vacation together. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if he matches her fly. I just don't know, guys. Jury's still out. And Tori talk about PK in an interview he said Garcelle need to find a better way to make money than spread lies on him. What lies did she spread? What's the lies that she spread on him? Tori, he was referring to her comment insinuating PK has something to do with the break-in. Oh, okay. So he's a little mad about that. Well, I think we all think that. I mean, listen, there's been a lot of break-ins in Hollywood. I just don't know how many of them they're allowing you to walk and get your phone and make phone calls after they leave. That's all I'm gonna say. But we don't wanna victim shame. But the story, 2+2 wasn't adding up, and very, very convenient that he was. Well, I guess not. He always out of country from what we hear, so I don't know. But we'll see. So tell him find something else to be mad about. He's just real. PK is just overall seems very resentful of Beverly Hills. So I'm not surprised that he has issues with other castmates or anything that they say. He seems very resentful, and we'll get into that. Kyle meets up with Mo on this episode. Looks like they're at like a shooting range. They meet up and she's asking him how is it going with him moving in his new condo. And he's like, yeah, it's going great. I just eat a lot of Campbell's soup. I'm eating out the can. I got eggs in my refrigerator, just real bachelor pad type. And he asked her how she's doing, and she breaks down crying and saying how he's in a new place, but she's still in their home where they once was a family, and the girls aren't there as much, and she feels lonely. Well, Kyle, this is what you asked for. Sorry, not sorry. I told you guys I have no sympathy for Kyle and her crying. I don't have none whatsoever. Tori said they both look like they don't want to be divorced. They don't see him. He looks super skinny, I guess, because all he doing is eating Campbell's soup, which he's too rich for that. But neither one of them seem like they want to be divorced. And I don't want to say I blame Kyle because we don't know what it is that Mo was doing. All the streets are saying he was cheating or doing things behind her back. She won't let us into that level to let us know what actually went on. So we don't know. But at their grown ass ages, I don't care what he did. I'm not getting off my throne for another bitch to come sit down and reap the benefits of all my hard work with this man through his poor times, all this empire he has built. I'm not getting up for no country singer named Morgan. I don't know. I just feel like you brought this on yourself, sis. You the one thought the grass was green on the other side. I told y'all guys in the last recap, the grass is not greener. It's just more manure over there. Don't we all know that? This is the first time I've actually seen a woman struggle with the 80-20 rule, right? It's usually the men that we see struggle with the 80-20 rule. They leave the 84-20 and then realize after the fact they made a mistake. It feels reversed, right? It feels like Kyle is struggling with the 80-20 rule. But at the end of the day, I'm sorry. Hey, Jeffa, thank you for checking in on Instagram. I'm just sorry, y'all. I have no sympathy for Kyle. She brought this on herself. I hope they reconcile. You know, they spent Christmas together, well, with the family or whatever. They seem to hang out and be cool. I hope that they can. This is a very long standing marriage to just throw it away over some things that could be worked out. I just hope they can get it together because I agree with you, Tori. Clearly, neither one of them want to get a divorce because if he did, he'd be acting like PK. You know, he ain't treating her like PK. He hugging her, telling her he's sorry. He never want to see her hurt. He definitely is not giving the same vibes as PK. You know, but I don't know. I hope they can get it together. Even though he got the condo and he didn't get stage furniture, she was crying over that he got real furniture and bought furniture as if which made it more permanent. No, he just rich like that. But we'll see what happens. But I have no sympathy for her. I really don't. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. And Toria said, exactly. And Kyle needs to just add Mo into not into her lesbian escapades, or just go home, or you already home. Ask him to come home. It's just, watching her beg her children to hang out with her and wanting to know where they going to lunch and stuff so she can be a part of it. And they not really want her to be tag along. Like, girl, this cannot continue to be your storyline. You have to figure out life. You're going to be single and you're going to go outside, or you're going to ask Mo to come back home. But this in the middle and this crying, I ain't got no sympathy for it. I'm sorry. What else did we see on the episode? All right, the ladies arrive to Augusta and they go to Reba house, who is Sutton's mom. And Sutton mom Garcelle gives her a scarf, which looks like a very nice scarf, by the way. It looks like it came from Saks. The print on it, if I had to guess, it looked like it was, a Dolce & Gabbana scarf, or maybe Versace. It definitely had a rich vibe to it. I thought the scarf was very, very beautiful. And her mother was like, first of all, she didn't want to open the gift. She was like, well, what is it? Is this a joke? Is a snake gonna come popping out of it? And then she like, out of a Saks box? No. And she picked it out. She said, oh, I could wear this as a sarong, or, if I wasn't so big, but no, how thoughtful. Thank you. And Garcelle even said, well, maybe I shouldn't have gave a scarf. Maybe I should have came empty handed like Kyle did. But yeah, she definitely off the bat was rubbing Garcelle the wrong way. But also they had preconceived notions about Reba, and she met their expectations so far when they got there. They had some conversation with Reba, and Garcelle gave her a compliment saying, you have very smart grandchildren. They are perfect kids. And she was like, yeah, but one of them's weird. I was like, you don't think you the weird one? But Garcelle joined in on it. Yeah, I got a weird kid too. And Kyle sitting over there like, well, should I say one of my kids is weird since everybody just saying they got a weird kid? I don't know what's going on here, but I think Garcelle was trying to connect, but this woman is a bit harsh, but it doesn't shock me. My great grandmother, she was, from Henderson, North Carolina, and they just straight shooters, right? Like they just gonna, they just don't really care if they're gonna hurt your feelings or not. Not saying it's right, but they're gonna speak their mind. She just gives me that Southern straight shooter vibe. Definitely not the way to raise kids at all. But I just know my great grandmother was the same way. I mean, she was close to us, but she would tell you the truth. Like if you needed to lose some weight, she was going to tell you. If you needed to, get yourself together, she was going to gather you real quick. But I don't know. Toria said, in Reba's defense, she's an old down south. Look, you saying everything I just said. They don't play that getting into family business. If you say the wrong thing, you will be flip on for the family. I totally agree. You better stay in your place for sure. Lily on YouTube said, I would have said something and don't care if it's my mother. Don't talk about my kid like that. Exactly. I would have interjected as well. I also don't have my mom or my dad would never have said one of their grandchildren are weird, especially not on national TV. You could think certain things. You ain't got to say it out loud. But I agree. I definitely would have interjected in there. Tori said, we are very blunt down here. I know. My whole family is from Henderson, North Carolina, child. I know all about it. And my grandmother was definitely one of those, and my great grandmother, very to the point. I suffer from that same unfilter of the mouth. But I get it. So I don't mind Reba, I'm just gonna flow with it. I just was like, you ain't have to call your grandchild weird. That was a bit much. Hi, Sam Sports. Thank you for checking in on YouTube. Make sure you like this video while you at it. But yeah, they getting to know Reba a little bit. We'll see how that goes. But we already saw in the clip Garcelle gonna overstep her boundaries a little bit, which Kyle kind of warned her how that could go. But we'll talk about that in a second. While they down in Augusta, Georgia, honey, over at Kathy's dinner. Kathy kicks off, her dinner, and Kathy and Erica are wondering why they weren't invited to Augusta. Sutton says that this was something personal. She didn't want everybody, her and Erica touch and go sometimes. And Kathy's like, well, I'm wondering why I wasn't invited. I don't know. I honestly enjoyed this episode, seeing the separation. I did. I felt like the group that went to Augusta fit and they're getting along well and having dinner. And I enjoyed this dinner at Kathy's house with Bose, with Kathy, with Erica, Dorit. I enjoyed the split this episode. I really did. I don't know how you guys felt, but I did. Lily said, Kathy made me laugh with her comment about being Chinese. Child, I wrote that in my notes too. What are you talking about, girl? But that was literally my next bullet because she's saying that she was in Venice and she found out that she was Italian. And they were like, oh, you did ancestry.com? Or like, how did you find out? She said, no, this lady in Venice, she knows everything. So I'm like, did you go to a fortune teller? Or did you go to a record keeper? I don't know. But talking about she was from North Italy or something like that. And that did she say Chinese 300 BC or 3000 BC? Either one was very incorrect. No, ma'am. Not at all. Kathy's so kooky, but that's what I love about her. I really do. I really love the kookiness about her. Tori said, I'm done with Kathy. Kathy on something, baby. The shade and the things she say. And whatever she on, I want in because she's happy all the time. She's in her own little world. I guess that's just how it goes. If she's on anything, she's on Rich Life. That's what I feel like. Like that's just comes with the life of not having many worries other than what car you're going to drive that day and what pocketbook you're going to carry. She's just in her own little damn world. I was like, what? I would love to meet this little lady in Venice. I hope they take a cash trip and everybody gets their fortune read because that's what it sounds like she gave her. Meanwhile, back in Augusta, Sutton, Garcelle, Kyle, they go to dinner, and Sutton shares about, how she was so excited for her mom to come and see her boutique that she had opened up, and it didn't seem like her mom was pleased or happy for her, and it really let her down. She was looking for that support. She's always looking for that support, and that her mom, again, seems to have a better relationship with her ex-husband. I don't even know if it's a better relationship from what Sutton was saying. It was more so her mom didn't want her to divorce her ex-husband because she wanted to know, well, who's going to afford my lifestyle? Who's going to make sure that I'm good if you divorce this rich man? And, Sutton ended coming out of the divorce very well. We know she get over $300K a month for the rest of her life out of that divorce, on top of child support she's probably getting and everything else. So, and being on this show. But we see that too with mothers that cling to the rich husband and want you to do what they say, obey, afford your lifestyle. Don't let that go. She talked about that as well. And Garcelle decided that, you know what, I'm gonna have a conversation with your mom. I'm gonna talk to her about how you're feeling. And Kyle is saying, girl, so you come down, you stand in this woman's house, and you think you're gonna have that type of conversation with her? You're gonna interject in family business like that and think it's gonna go well? Good luck, sis. But I don't want no parts in it. I was like, Garcelle, listen to Kyle. Even though Kyle said most of it in her confession, I just would never look to insert myself in family business like that. Not at all. Not your place. Love you, Garcelle. I know Garcelle always keep the mess up. She always asks the questions that people don't want to talk about. She, she gets the hard conversations going. But this one right here, I'd stay out of. I definitely will. Oh, hi, Charnel. Wait, sorry. Hi, Charnel. Just came by to say hello. I appreciate you stopping by. You don't watch Beverly Hills? You got to get into it. But I will be, if you do watch Roni in Salt Lake City, I will be recapping that tomorrow afternoon. And if not, Love and Married, not Love and Married, Love and Hip Hop Miami, I will be recapping tonight's episode tomorrow. Y'all are going crazy on that clip I put up of the episode. So make sure you don't miss those. And I did Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion part 2 recap earlier, so that's up on YouTube. But I appreciate you stopping by, even though you don't watch Beverly Hills. Thank you so much. Toria said that is where I don't believe Sutton, because her mom come from money. I think it's more to the story than Sutton's letting on. I was wondering that too. It's not like, that house that she's in, that was like a childhood home. So I was wondering the same. She seemed to already have money, and not for nothing, not trying to shade her storyline, but this feels like grasping for straws to bring in her strained relationship with her mom, because all she had for us last season was that she was buying a horse. So that's why I'm not getting too invested. And Reba is going to be Reba, and Reba ain't changing. But this feels like something she's trying to pull in because she doesn't have much else to talk about. Just saying. Okay. You said you only watch RHOA and RHOP. Well, reunion RHOP part 1 Sunday. So yes, recap will be coming on that next week for sure. And Atlanta is coming back very soon, very soon. I can't wait. I will be recapping that. Don't you worry. And Tori said, Kyle is right, because everything isn't being said. Yeah, you don't know. You come in and you just getting Sutton side of the story, her little, recap for the storyline, and then you think you're going to jump in and fix it? Stay clear, Garcelle. We know she doesn't. We already know that. So mind your business. That would have been my advice, but we already know she's going to sit down and get told off. So we'll see. I'm going to laugh at that. And Tori said, everybody that live where she live at on that street in that community is very wealthy. I used to drive just to look at the houses. Yeah. I don't believe that, clearly they were well off. Sutton was well off, and she married wealth. That's usually how it happens, right? We see wealthy girls or wealthy families marry with other wealthy families. So yeah, I was confused by that as well. And like I said, I feel like this is just Sutton trying to give us a storyline and using your mother and your strained relationship for it. I don't really care for Sutton this season anyway, from the way she's treating Dorit and the things that are coming out of her mouth and cutting Dorit off when she's trying to go through something. I'm not really feeling her anyway. Over back at Kathy's dinner, though, I thought, Bose asking Kathy's advice about how to build a relationship with Kyle. She did it so respectfully. I don't know. I just love Bose, y'all. She can do no wrong in my eyes. She's straightforward, but she's kind. She's, developing friendships in here. She's really becoming one of my faves on this show very quickly. I just really like Bose, and even her asking, because that could go left or right, asking somebody's sister why she's so cold, why I can't, build a relationship with her. But the way she asked it, very comforting, inviting. And Kathy said, listen, I just don't push her because she doesn't like that. Y'all will work it out. But I like the way she did that. I really did. Sam Sports said, I don't know what's going on, but I'm listening. And I was waiting to hear your thoughts on the halftime show. Why would I be talking about the Super Bowl halftime show on a recap about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Like, Sam Sports, if you want me to do a show on your network on on what's happening off the fields and off the courts, if you want me to cover the basketball and football drama, if you want me to cover the Super Bowl outside of the game, then you have to give me a show on your network, okay? Like, that's what you have to do. That's what you're gonna have to do, all right? Victoria said, I hope Bose eat something up and be like, I made my money by working hard while you laid on your back and pushed out kids. I don't like something after I saw that. Yeah. The whole my pocket is bigger. Is that what you're talking about in the mid-season trailer? Man, listen. Victoria said, I will tell you because Kendrick Lamar was looking sassy with them jeans, wearing them housewife jeans. Child, I said, Toria, is that boot cut? Is he bringing back boot cut? And that walk he had? We not going there, Toria. We not going there. We're gonna finish up this Beverly Hills recap. But yeah, I just thought Bell both handled that with Kathy pretty well. And the conversation about PK, they talk about, they're asking Dorit how things are going with PK. And Kathy with her shade, honey, saying, how old is PK? And Dorit said 56 years old. And she said, I thought he was 56 when I met him. And we know Dorit been on this show for years now. She thought he was 56 back then. I said, Kathy with her funny shade, clearly she doesn't think he's that attractive at all by that comment. But Dorit let us know that PK sent her like a 7-page text message where he's setting expectations on, after a month or so, he not taking care of the mortgage or any upkeep of finances for the house. He's going to stop paying for certain things for the kids. He's going to stop basically affording her lifestyle. And he sent that to her in a text message. It seems like it was probably an aggressive text message. And they were explaining to her, you need to smarten up. Like somebody should be telling Stacy over there at Potomac with her waving child support, honey. But that is I ain't gonna say it's a real friend group or whatever, but those are the type of girlfriends I like. I don't need no yes men. I need somebody to tell me, girl, get it together, get your head out the clouds. He ain't coming back home, and it's time to strap up and go to war. Like, get you a lawyer. Y'all been together. You about 6 months out from being together for 10 years. So if you divorce before that 10 years, you're gonna miss out on your opportunity to get paid, because we know in California, 10 years, long-term couple, everything is split 50-50 after that. So you need to, get you a lawyer, prolong this shit, and get this 6 months out so that you can get what you deserve. And that's what I was saying. PK, he said it even in the interview I saw him doing, where he's very resentful. He feels like this show has changed Dorit. She's not the same Dorit that used to just follow behind him, and he was the breadwinner. She got on this show, sort of like Greg and Nene. He afforded her lifestyle to help with her popularity. He the one that was buying her rose gold Bentleys and mess like that. And then, now she's the breadwinner. She's the popular one. She's the celebrity when you go outside. And I do believe that Dorit's demeanor probably changed. She probably started talking to him as if he was an employee or beneath her. She got a little cocky with it. And in the midst of that, he can't blame it on her. But in the midst of their nasty arguments and talking low down to each other, he's drinking to cope with it and getting nastier and worse and getting bigger by the minute. And he has some real resentment towards her. She needs to wake up and realize this ain't the man that gave that speech that we saw in the flashback in the beginning. It's time to go to war. And I was so happy to see that conversation. Oh, Sam Sports said we'll be in touch. Well, all right then. Lily said, I loved Erica giving Dorit that advice. I did too. And she said it caringly. She wasn't talking down to her. And she said, like, I'm talking to you, but as well as myself. I wish I would have protected myself better. I wish I would have went harder for the things. And we heard Erica say that, you know, Tom's second ex-wife, she took a truck, backed it up to the house and took everything but his drawers from him. And she only talking about, she said she left taking one plate set for herself and one pieces of silverware. Like, she wished she would have done more to protect herself in this situation. So it was a real solid conversation that she needed to hear from her girlfriends, and she listened. That was the other part. She listened. Toria said they say he divorced his first wife in 9 years because of that law over there. I don't know if that's true, but that is what they're saying. Yeah, I could believe it. Toria said her spending is the main thing. He been complaining about that, and we saw it in the flashback where he was saying, like, listen, you know, she's way more high maintenance than when he first met her. And I could believe it. You know, fame is a hell of a drug. You know, like, you get this popularity and we are drawn to, I ain't gonna say y'all, I ain't gonna speak for y'all, but I am drawn to a housewife that wears labels and nice clothes. And because I'm watching this show to escape my own reality, I want to see how do rich people live, where do they live, where do they eat, what kind of clothes are they wearing. I escape my reality through these shows. So she, you know, every time we see her, she Balenciaga head to toe, she Louis Vuitton head to toe. He's affording all of that, and now he's trying to cut that off. So it's time to go to war if you want to still be able to live comfortably. Dorit, it's time to go to war. And she seemed ready for it. And she said, once I get in that headspace, it's going to be hard to get me out. Don't even try to get out of the headspace. Get into it and get in your bag and make sure your children are straight. Make sure you are straight, because damn right, if I live this rich lifestyle and I'm living it for all these years, ain't no way I'm going back to nothing else. Sorry. So I hope she works it out. You know, and I just thought that was a real solid conversation. And Bose had me, she said, oh, hell no. When is the 10 years? 6 months? Oh, hell no. Get it together, Dorit. So Dorit and Bose, their relationship is definitely blossoming. I see them on Instagram together. They really seem to, you know, have become close, and she's been a support. Sometimes people people you barely know come in your life and they show you more support than people you've known in years. Hell, sometimes more than family. So I feel like that with some of y'all. Some of y'all that I've never met in person support my business and my podcast, and better than I got friends I've had for 20, 30 years, and I ain't never seen one of them up here on this live. So I totally get it. I love their budding friendship. I really, really do. So, you know, it definitely happens that way. Friends and family don't catch on to you. It's too late and you already big and blowing up. But like I said, Toria, Lily, Alpha Love, all the ladies that come in and support and comment. I've never met none of y'all in person, and you show more love and support. So what does that show you? Yes, Lily. Yes. Appreciate y'all. Sam said, I'm gonna log back out because this could trigger me. Don't go on a rant over there on your Sam Sports. I know you got what you got today. It's Monday. What show you got today? Is it Quarterback Mondays? I'm gonna drop by your show too and get y'all thoughts. Maybe I'll give you my thoughts on the halftime show there. And I'll give you my thoughts because I don't think Patrick Mahomes is no GOAT. And I've been saying that. So I'll stop by there. Oh, it's June's Quarterback Monday. All right. I'll be over there at 7 and holla at y'all, see what y'all talking about. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Another solid episode. I'm still enjoying this season very much. I will be back tomorrow. We'll do a lunchtime tea sesh on the conclusion of Roni's reunion, as well as the conclusion of Salt Lake City reunion. And then I will be back around this time tomorrow evening to recap tonight's episode of Love and Hip Hop Miami. So make sure you check out the sneak peek of tonight's episode. Also, Pinky Doll. I know you guys know her from TikTok and her always acting like an avatar or something and scarfing hot dogs and stuff down her mouth. She is making her debut on Love and Hip Hop Miami tonight. So y'all check that out and I'll be recapping that tomorrow. And before I get out of here again, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're watching from Instagram or from Facebook, you can click the link in my bio and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Let's not forget, guys, reality TV stars are humans too. Don't forget that. It's your girl V with Reality Recap. Thanks for checking in with me, and I'll be back tomorrow recapping Salt Lake City, Roni, and Love and Hip Hop Miami. Have a good evening, y'all. Peace.